All right, so it's Monday. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and jump right into these updates, kicking things off with Adidas. Now, if y'all recall last week via the Confirmed app, Adidas teased this limited release, which was scheduled for Sunday. Now, of course, based off the image, which was completely blurred out, one would assume that Adidas did want to keep the identity of this pair actually under wraps. Now, what we were assuming, more than likely, it wasn't going to be anything Yeezy related. So in the comment section, some people were speculating it could be a pair of those Olympic AE1 lows. I did see somebody also suggest possibly a Adidas Fear of God sneaker, but it turns out it was actually neither of those and rather another pair of Sambas, one of these limited Sambas that Adidas has been dropping to kind of keep things refreshing and exciting with this classic old school model. So apparently this is the mineral green pair, which if you guys missed out on this limited Sunday drop, there will be a wider release coming up August 1st. Retail is $120. And I guess when it comes to these brands, anytime they're teasing a release and they're not letting you know what it is, more than likely means because it's not too exciting. And from Jordan Brand, we saw them release the Jordan 4 Wet Cement in ode to Paris, France, where the Summer Olympic Games are currently taking place. Now, as far as this release, I would say there were a lot of different storylines surrounding this all gray pair of Jordan 4s. One of those being that the Jordan 4 isn't as hot as it once was. So I would say that as far as this release, we've seen many previous Jordan 4s go for under retail. I think a lot of people were maybe holding out, hoping that potentially we could see this pair maybe go under retail, possibly go on sale. You know, that way people could pick these up for a steal. So as far as Saturday's release, we saw these joints hit the sneakers app as well as pretty much everywhere else. And as far as the drop, I would say based off the fact that we saw about 80,000 pairs of these joints hit the sneakers app, this release was pretty successful, as it pretty much seems like we see a sellout across the board. Now, I know you may be able to walk into some stores at some locations and still be able to pick these up, but as far as the online release, it seems like pretty much all men's sizes are sold out. It wasn't an instant sellout like that, but I would say a organic sellout. It pretty much seems like you can't find these joints anywhere online. So based off that, I would say the demand was pretty decent for these. I would say as far as the colorway, a simple all gray pair of Jordan 4s. So I think this was a model that a lot of people were feeling. I think it's a good back to school colorway. And on top of that, it just kind of shows that, you know, the Jordan 4 is still strong. It's just that not every colorway is going to be as popular as others. But as you guys know, when it comes to these trends, they come and go. But it looks like the Jordan 4 is a classic model that's going to be here to stay, you know, here for the near future. So let me know if any of you guys went for these. If you did miss out, be on the lookout, as Nike is known to restock some of these pairs from time to time. And speaking of Jordan 4s, we got a first look at the 2024 version of the Jordan 4 Fear, which is a part of that OG Jordan Fear pack, which originally released all the way back in 2013. I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it was actually earlier than that, but salute to Z sneakerheads who put up this nice side-by-side comparison. That way you guys can spot out the differences between the 2013 OG release versus this new upcoming 2024 iteration. And it looks like, just based off these images, I would say that it looks like the speckle on the sole seems to be a little more pronounced on this new version. And as far as the cut, it seems like these are a slightly higher cut, just slightly, and it seems like the silhouette is a little bit wider. These are all things that many sneakerheads would say makes these new 2024 versions of the Jordan 4s a lot more comfortable. So all great things across the board, but as far as Jordan Brand bringing these out the vault, I still am confused as to why, when I feel like there's so many other great Jordan 4s, but they chose to go with these anyways. And as I always like to say, if you guys like them, I love them. So be on the lookout for these, which are dropping soon. Now, switching gears over to New Balance. Last week, the whole sneaker world couldn't stop talking about these Joe Freshgoods 990 V6s. And it turns out they will not be limited to just a Paris exclusive drop. And if you guys were looking to grab either the red or blue pair, it looks like the raffle is live right now as we speak. So go ahead and head over to joefreshgoods.com, as these are available via EQL raffle, which seems to be the preferred method among sneakerheads. And the great thing is you will be able to enter for both colorways, meaning people will have a chance to be able to get both pairs. So these retail for $220, and Joe Freshgoods did drop a new trailer for this release. And in the trailer, it looks like some people have discovered that he's hinted at a new 992 coming out for 2025. So Joe Freshgoods killing the game, and just another thing for sneaker nerds to be excited for coming up next year. Now, one of Joe Freshgoods' fellow collaborators over at New Balance in Salehi Bembry, a few weeks back, he was actually teasing an upcoming Puma collaboration, which to me is very interesting. And today, Puma did announce that Salehi will be shaping the next generation of Puma hoops, which will include him creating his own signature shoe for the brand. And on top of that, he's going to be involved in the recruitment process as Puma Hoops looks to add more talent to the roster. So according to Salehi himself, he says, "My designs are a platform for storytelling and cultivating community, an opportunity to breathe new meaning into a product." So this is a very interesting move by Puma. I would say this is something like kind of what Adidas was trying to do with Jerry Lorenzo and Adidas basketball. But honestly, when I think of Salehi, I'm not really thinking basketball. I'm thinking more of like a artsy dude that's into hiking. But I guess you can never judge a book by its cover, as according to Salehi, he's a kid that grew up in the 90s in New York City, who grew up playing nothing but basketball and has a very deep history in the sport. So I think this is an awesome move on both sides. Excited to see what this partnership brings to fruition. And as far as Salehi, I would say, while I'm not too flattered by Puma's sneaker designs, I would say just give this brother a blank canvas and let's see what he could bring to the table. And we got a new Ye sighting, as he's been pretty rare as of lately, keeping things quiet as fans anticipate the next Vultures listening event, which is scheduled to actually go down next month. Now, it looks like he's out with his wife and kid just on a casual outing, but as far as his footwear choice, I would say that's very interesting. As you guys know, anytime Ye's rocking something on feet, fans are always speculating, curious to know what he's rocking. So as far as first impressions, some people were saying that this is a custom pair of Yeezy pods. Some people were also saying this is a new version of the pods, which feature this new skeleton graphic. Well, it turns out it looks like these actually happen to be a pair of Shock socks, which you guys can actually purchase right now for about 30 bucks on Amazon. So can you guys believe that these retail about 10 bucks above the $20 price point that the Yeezy pods retail at? So besides the fact that these joints look pretty cool on feet, I wouldn't read into it too much, as I'm sure Ye's just doing a little bit of product testing right here. But as far as a upcoming pair of Yeezy pods with some cool graphic designs on it, I'm all for it. And as we mentioned, we have a upcoming Vultures listening event to look forward to, which is scheduled for the end of next month. So with all of that being said, I'm anticipating that we could expect to see a new Yeezy drop coming up very soon. And behind the scenes, I may have a little bit of more insider information, but of course, we're gonna wait and express that in a future upload. So stay tuned for that. And as we head out of here, we got a first look at the Nike Hyper Ice, a new upcoming recovery boot, which they've been teasing during these activations for the Summer Paris Olympic Games. So let me know what you guys think about this futuristic looking boot, which apparently is made for athletes during the recovery process. Do you guys feel like this is the innovation that Nike needs, or just another gimmick that Nike will probably abandon, such as stuff like the Adapt technology years after the release? Let me know what you guys think down below. We're gonna wrap things up right here. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, please help support the channel by hitting that thumbs up button. And of course, stay tuned, as tomorrow we will have another Yeezy update. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed. I will catch you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, bless. I'm out, y'all. Love.